Okay, guys, today I'm going to show you how to add a new property using CurrentOS. So you just want to head over to your command center. You can either add a property directly from the command center. As you can tell, this is a trial account. We don't have any properties yet. But if you wanted to add a property, you could either just select Add Property, and then you have this button here that you can select. We have different property types. It's a villa, if it's an apartment, a boutique resort, and so you'll have different options depending on the kind of property you add. So let's just go ahead and add a villa. So we will call it Jolly Rancher Resort. And then we're going to select one of the jurisdictions that's supported. And so, let's use maybe Jamaica just as an example. And we'll say Kingston. All right. And then we can make a couple of different changes here. Add an address. Not an absolute must that you do that. But here's where you could also add your property characteristics. So you have your bedroom, bathroom, number of guests, etc. Right. So let's go ahead and add that property. And so as you can see here, you'll have that property, and then we can go in and actually make a couple of changes. So if we press either the pencil icon or just go into it directly, we can make a couple of changes to the properties, and the physical properties of the villa, that is. So we can either go ahead, add a couple of photos. We can update the characteristics themselves, so the number of bedrooms, square footage. But this here is, I think, a pretty cool function for people managing properties kind of in the Caribbean. So depending on where you are, you will get essentially a jurisdiction-specific tax compliance profile. So in Jamaica, we have the general consumption tax, non-resident income tax, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, this is essentially how you add a property. This I'll get into in another video because the knowledge base is actually pretty cool, and is essentially what powers the AI chatbot. So things like check-in details, Wi-Fi codes, door codes, check-in, check-out instructions. These are things that you could add to the knowledge base, and essentially you just navigate over to the guest inbox. You create a link. Every property has its own unique link, which would allow you to engage with all of your guests, and you could centralize communications from there. So we'll discuss that in a different video. Cool. Thanks again, guys.